Since we're talking about evaluating expressions, we want to use GEMDAS, okay? And so for GEMDAS, remember that's G, E, M, D, A, S. I specifically write it like this because it's important to understand that the first G stands for grouping symbols. The E stands for exponents. Multiplication and division is from left to right, so whichever one I see first on the left is what I will do first. And addition and subtraction is from left to right. So with that being said, I want to take a look at what I need to do in this particular order. Now, the last time we were on, we talked about bubble order. And on bubble order, basically what it is that we have to make sure that we understand what we should do first. Okay? So, Aubrey, what I would like for you to do is I'm going to kind of talk to you guys about what I should do first, and then I want you to solve this problem. So the first thing I would do is the grouping symbol, 4 times 5. So that's what I would do first. Then I will go over here and I will do my exponents, 3 to the second power and also 2 to the second power. Okay. After that, I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to notice that this 2 is actually right next to a parenthesis, so that means that's multiplication. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to multiply. When I'm done, I'm going to add to whatever 3 to the second power is, and then I'm going to subtract whatever 2 to the second power is. So Aubrey, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes, and I want you to probably like 1 or 2 minutes, and I want you to go ahead and solve this problem. All right, so I saw your answer, so let's see if you're correct. 4 times 5 is 20. I want to bring everything else down. Remember, every single time you want to bring every single number down. Then I said I was going to find the exponent. So I know that 3 to the second power is 9. And I know 2 to the second power is 4. So I'm going to bring everything else down. All right, then I'm going to multiply 2 times 20. 2 times 20 is 40. I'm going to bring everything else down. And then 40 plus 9 is 49. Oh, I don't know what I'm pressing. I'm pressing something wrong. And 49 minus 4 is 45. So the correct answer actually is 45. So if you didn't get 45, you have to ask yourself, where did I mess up? Did I do something before? Did I recognize that this was multiplication? A lot of people don't recognize that a number next to a parenthesis is multiplication, and you want to go ahead and multiply and divide before you add and subtract. That's super important. So 2 times 20 is going to give you 40 plus 9 is 49, and then you subtract. You add in the subtraction is from left to right. All right, so with that being said, we're going to go over some questions from the Imagine Math pathway on the guided practice. So these are actual questions that's on the pathway, but I wanted to kind of do some of them with you just because they're easy, but sometimes they're kind of hard to understand. So the formula for surface area of a rectangular prism with a square base is SA equals 2S squared plus 4SH. What is the surface area of the rectangular prism if S is 3 and H is 6? So basically what that means is we know that S is 3, so this side is 3, this side is 3, and then the height is 6. So what you want to do when you have a formula is you want to rewrite the formula every single time. So that's 2S to the second power plus 4 times SH. Now keep in mind with formulas, we don't really use a lot of symbols once you start getting into the 6th grade. So when you have numbers right next to letters, that means multiplication. Please recognize what's happening here. This is multiplication. So just like with any order of operations problem, we're going to go in a certain order, but first we must fill in those letters with the numbers that are that they represent. So I'm going to rewrite that as 2, 3 to the 2nd power plus 4 times 3, I'm going to put that in parentheses, times 6. Again, all I'm doing is taking the information from up here and replacing those letters with those numbers. I'm going to put parentheses around here as well. Okay. All right. So with that being said, normally I would do grouping symbols, but I only have one thing in each of the grouping symbols. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the exponents. 3 to the 2nd power is going to give me 9. So that's going to be 2 times 9 plus 4 times 3, which is 12, times 6. Okay, so I'm going to multiply and divide from left to right. So I'm going to do this multiplication here. 2 times 9 is 18. And 12 times 6 is going to be, what is 12 times 6 going to be? Aubrey, go ahead and write that in the comments. What is 12 times 6 going to be? Great job. 12 times 6 is going to be 72. And again, I bring everything down. Now, find the final answer. I'm adding 18 plus 72. Great job. So 18 plus 72 is going to give you 90. So the correct answer would be 90. Okay? Alrighty. Let's look at another one. So for this one, again, we're going to follow the GEMDAS model. You want to make sure you're doing grouping symbols. In this case, we don't have any grouping symbols. Then you want to do exponents. So we have several sets of exponents in this case. So we're going to do this one. Then we're going to do this one, and then this one. Again, I like to go ahead and write down the order and things I'm going to do. That keeps me organized when I'm doing my work. After I do the exponents, I'm going to do multiplication and division from left to right. So I see multiplication before I see division, so I'm going to do my multiplication next. Then I'm going to do my division. So whatever I get for 4 to the 2nd power divided by whatever I get for 2 to the 3rd power. Then addition and subtraction is next from left to right. I see addition first, so I'm going to do that. And then I see subtraction. So there are 8 total steps that I have to do in order to get this done. All right, so let's go ahead and break down our exponents. 3 to the 2nd power is 3 times 3, so that's going to give me 9. 2 to the 2nd power is 4, so that's 2 times 2. So I'm writing that down. Okay, and then 4 to the 2nd power is 16. Writing that down. And then I'm dividing 2 to the 3rd power. 2 to the 3rd power is 2 times 2 times 2, and that's going to give me 8. So now I have a simplified expression. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and do my multiplication. 6 times 4 is 24. I'm going to bring everything down every single time. I know sometimes maybe you don't want to bring everything down, but it's super important. Therefore, you don't forget any of the steps. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and divide. 16 divided by 8, that's 2. All right. Go ahead and find the answer to this final expression. 9 plus 24 minus 2. All right, so 9 plus 24 is 33. And 33 minus 2 gives you 31. So the correct answer is 31. Great job. All right. So this is our last and final problem. This type of problem is a word problem. And so in this type of problem, you're actually going to have to create an expression using exponents in order to figure out what the answer is. Your friend asked you to help cut grass this summer and will pay you 2 pennies for the first job. You agree to help if he doubles your payment for each job completed. After 2 lawns, you will receive 4 pennies. After 3 lawns, you will receive 8 pennies. Complete and solve the equation that finds the number of pennies he will pay you after cutting the 15th lawn. So I know 1 lawn I get 2. Okay. 2 lawns I get 4. 3 lawns I get 8. So could you tell me what I would get for the 4th? So for the 4th lawn, I would get 16. So basically what I'm happening is I'm multiplying 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And that can give me what it is for 4 lawns, 2 to the 4th power. However, the question is asking how much would it be for the 15th lawn. So when I do that, what I want to do is I want to show that I'm multiplying that 2 in the exponent that tells me how many times I multiply by 2 is going to be 2 to the 15th. That means I'm multiplying 2 times 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 2. Alrighty, so with that being said, if you have a computer, you can definitely look on Google for a scientific calculator, or you can use your own calculator on your phone and multiply that in. So go ahead and find that answer at this time. So if you just have a regular calculator like this one, you could just keep putting in 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. You could do that. Of course, when you normally in 6th grade, you won't have 2 to the 15th power, but for some strange reason on Imagine Math, they did. So what I would suggest doing is getting a scientific calculator. And so if you don't have a scientific calculator, you can Google one, look for an app on your phone, or if you have one at home. So with the scientific calculator, I would go right here. I'll press 2, and then I'm going to change it to XY. That means 2 is my base number, and my Y is going to be my exponent. And since my exponent is 15, that's going to tell me my answer, which is 32,768. So that is going to be your answer. Keep in mind that the things we do for GemDOS, we're going to be using GemDOS throughout this process. Make sure you use that, but also don't forget to plug in numbers and also show your work. So that's it for our live lesson today. Make sure you watch this before you do your order of operations and evaluating expressions lesson. Have a great day.